Okay, we're going to move into rate of change and slope. You may remember this from 7th grade when you talk about unit rates or just rates in general. Let me move on to the next slide. There we go. Rate of change shows a relationship between two changing quantities. We talk about this in 8th grade as change in y. All right. What is happening with y over change in x? This is going to create a ratio, right? And you may see this later on. The Greek word delta, it looks like an old triangle. That means change. Okay, I'm going to do this so it's a little bit easier to write. I don't have to write change in y over change in x every time. But it's a relationship between two changing quantities. In algebra, we have our x and our y values. We've been talking about this forever. And those are the two values we're going to use quite often here. For instance, we've got rate of change from a table. Let's go back real quick and just review, right? This guy right here, that's your unit rate. All right, something per 1. So our unit rate is going to equal 260 feet, right? That's our y value. This would be our x. This would be our y. Think of these as ordered pairs if you want, right? 1 comma 260, 2 comma 520, right? As inputs and outputs. You guys saw this a little bit last year, but 260 feet over 1 minute. And we can test this, right, by looking at our changes. So what's happening in this y value here? Well, even if we couldn't see it, we could take the second y value, right, 520, and we could subtract that 260 over 2 minus 1 equals 260 over 1, and we're going to continue to get that unit rate. We could take any of these values, really, right? I could do like 140 minus 520 over 4 minus 2. So once again, I could do this, right? 1040 minus 520. Zeros kind of look like 6s. Don't get that twisted there. All right. Over 4 minus 2. And if you had calculators, you could do this. 1040 minus 520 is a pretty easy one to see. It is 520 over 2. Well, that's certainly not 260 over 1, but this isn't in simplest form, right? If I divide top and bottom by 2, I'm back to my unit rate of 260 over 1. So that's the same thing that's happening every time. That's our rate of change from a table is 260, right? Ultimately, no matter what I do with my y and my x change, I can take any value really, and if I subtract one of the higher ones minus one of the lower ones, and my times that are corresponding to that, I'm just going to end up getting 260 over 1 over and over again. Okay, so rate of change is the speed a variable changes over a specific period of time. Slope is the ratio of vertical change, and we talk about this, right, in terms of an xy coordinate plane. So we have a vertical change either up or down on the xy coordinate plane. We would say that's our change in y. The horizontal change, so vertical, right, to the horizontal change, right, either right or left on our coordinate plane, and that would be our change in x. And we can measure that with slope, right? We're thinking here in terms of just an xy coordinate grid, right? Our change, this is our y value, right? This is our x-axis. Our slope is going to be, we talk about this sometimes as rise over run, right? The way the lines are rising or falling, and run would be, you know, going left or right. So as we do that, right, as we go up and over, you get this idea of the line sloping, right? Sloping. It's talking about the angle of the line. If we go, you know, down and back to the right, we get this kind of line, right? We get one that goes down. These are slopes. We find that, all right? We find that by taking two ordered pairs, right? And slope is referred to as our variable m. Y2 minus y1. Keep pushing this button. I don't want to do that. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I kind of modeled that for you here in this last slide. So I'm going to give my cursor back. In this last slide, you kind of saw that here, right? My second y value minus the first, second x value minus the first. And you could do that with really any of those as long as you go like the higher one minus the lower. And honestly, I don't want to confuse you. It'd work the other way too, but you guys really stink with negatives, so I don't want to mess with that right now. The whole point, though, is you're finding some sort of change in y over some sort of change in x. This is what's changing. You're finding the difference between two y values over the distance between the same corresponding x values.